power of positioning. There is power in how you position yourself. Now, many times people talk about hustling, grinding, working hard, waking up, working 19-hour days as the ingredient for success. If that was the case, then the construction workers or the plumbers or the garbage men, those would be the wealthiest people. But the reality is, hard work alone, hustle alone, does not equate to success. Why is it that all these trust fund kids, why is it that all these sons of bankers and daughters of bankers or financiers, how is it that they get access to deal flows, access to IPOing companies and seed rounds and really good investment vehicles, and you don't? Are they any more intelligent than you? Well, potentially yes. But I could debate that the power and the position that they have gives them access to multiply at a faster rate than the average man, than the average woman. So the question is, in your career, how have you positioned yourself to win? Or you're always constantly hustling and trying to find your ability to make a quick buck, or thinking that working hours equates to productivity. I know a lot of motherfuckers that work a lot and produce nothing. Practice, train, so that when the opportunity comes through your positioning, you can actually deliver. You can actually follow through. You can win. You can succeed. Power is in positioning. How are you positioned?
Leonardo da Vinci famously said, "God will sell you anything at the price of labor." And that is true. So what you have to do is, if you want something, you have to work for it. And most people that think that the world is based off of luck have never truly worked for something. Not enough to understand that luck does not exist. It's merely a game of probabilities. You work hard, you work more, you work longer, and eventually you can increase your odds of success. I often talk about the symphony of success. What does success sound like to you? Not what success means to me. Not what success means to your parents, to your friends, to the system. What does success sound like to you? What is your symphony of success? When you hear successful, living a successful life, what comes to mind? For a musician, it may be really good at playing an instrument. For me, it may be developing a phenomenal business. For an athlete, it may be developing a great athletic career. What is your symphony of success? It really depends on the individual. That's why there's no one spectrum of success. There isn't one number to achieve that defines success. That is my definition of success, but that is for me. Why? Because every person beautifully has been created to have their own specificity. So you have your own dreams, you have your own ambitions, you have your own symphony of success. You need to find that. And how do you find it? From deprogramming that everybody else has told you of what it means to be successful.
Winning is about accomplishing your goal. If you say you're going to accomplish it, if you accomplish it, you win. If you don't accomplish it, you lose. That's it. No philosophy, no science. If you say you're going to do something, you don't do it, you lost. You're a loser until you do the winning habit, until you perform the winning behavior, and until you receive the winning outcome. Winners win, losers lose. It's very simple, bro. You do it or you don't do it. Most people don't focus on their mindset. Most people are focused on exterior factors. They think that everything that happens to them is by chance. And they don't realize that a lot of the things that happen to them are things that they attract. Because you attract the things that you are, and you are what you do, and you do what you think about. Most people don't understand the power of the mind. That's why they haven't tapped into the power of the mind. And the power of the mind is one very simple thing: the ability to direct your attention towards a specific given objective, and then to have the willpower to pursue it.
15 will work, 20 will work, 15 to 20 will work a job into retirement, and the rest will be poor. Are you the 1? Are you the 4? Are you the 15? Are you the 79, 80%? Are you the 1? Are you the 1%? Are you willing to do what it takes to be the 1%?
Most of the sabotage that is self-induced in life is because you do not have the self-regulation to do that which you know you need to do. So you need to be able to ask yourself, right? You know you need to go to the gym. You know you need to start this business. You know you need to read this book, but you don't do it. Why? Why don't you do it? Not, oh, I didn't do it today. No, why didn't you do it? Why did you cave to the nonsensical bullshit and the perspective that you're above the grind, you're above the work, you're above the consistency? Because these are the things that are holding you back. We understand that consistency compounds. I've said this once and I'll say it again. But why is it that you know what to do, but you don't do it? Don't just say, oh, because I'm lazy. No, that's not good enough. Right? No, it's not that you're lazy. Something else is wrong. You need to be able to identify these things. And once you identify these things, you're able to tackle them effectively.
So enough with this peasant-ass bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. Enough. If not, you're going to end up with the same life, the same bullshit results in every other person that's negative around you. It makes no sense. You want a different life, you're complaining about your bullshit peasant-ass life, but you're not doing anything differently. You don't have new information, you don't have new friends, you don't have new habits, you're not killing old habits. You're the same fucking peasant dreaming in some fairy tale land, assuming that the world's just gonna give you some bullshit and lay it in front of you because you feel like you deserve it. You don't deserve shit, motherfucker. That's why you gotta grow, you gotta elevate, you gotta focus on developing yourself on a daily basis, bro. Every fucking day, bro. Just because you went to the gym yesterday doesn't mean you don't go to the gym today. Every day you wake up and you do what you fucking gotta do to become the man and woman you want to become.
The peasant is the one that thinks that circumstances just happen. But when you are an intelligent individual, you realize that circumstances are created by people. But you're not in those boardrooms. You're not in those meetings. You're not in those decision-making operations. Therefore, you assume that people have the same level of intellect, the same level of willpower and laziness and lack of motivation that you do. But in reality, there are some bad motherfuckers out there. There are some real ambitious people ready to take over the game. It's been happening since the beginning of man, since the dawn of time. Napoleon Bonaparte, self-declared Emperor of France by the age of 27. Alexander the Great wept at the age of, in his early 30s because he had conquered the entire known world. There was nothing left to conquer. Yet you're here in your late 20s and your 30s jerking off, assuming that everything else in the world operates by the same limitations as you. So you need to rewire your mind. You need to rewire your operating system. And nobody's going to tell you this. Nobody is going to be in a situation where they are going to be willing to compromise their livelihood to tell you the truth. There's very few. Circumstances are created. They're just happening to you because you're not the one in fucking control. Now, you can't control everything in life, but you can control a lot of it, bro. But a lot of you guys are waking up, walking around like accidents. Bro, I don't know what I'm doing in life. I don't know what I'm doing in life. Have you sat down and fucking thought? Have you picked up a damn book? Have you actually gone and hung out with people that are more successful than you? Or you're hanging out with the same bullshit ass friends that you've had since fucking middle school? All these broke fucking motherfuckers. These are the people you're hanging out with. What do you expect? Do you think that people worth hundreds of millions of dollars think the way that you think? You think the people that are billionaires think and operate the way that you think and operate? You think they wake up at fucking noon, get home at 6 p.m., watch Netflix for 4 hours, chill, fucking complain on Twitter and TikTok for 3 hours? No, bro, they don't think and operate the same way that you do, but that's why they're rich and that's why you're poor. So you need to figure out, what are the habits? What is the mindset? What is the operating system that I need to develop in order to become rich? Because if you're rich of the mind, then you'll eventually become rich of the pocket. It's inevitable. You attract what you are. And a lot of you guys attract shit because you are shit. Therefore, if you don't want to become shit, you must be willing and able at any moment to be able to change, right? And if you want to change, you must first change. And we know that that is a very basic principle, but most of you guys don't apply it. So it has to be reminded to you on a regular basis.
So when you position yourself with negativity, when you position yourself with fear, when you position yourself with anxiety, you're going to experience the plane of reality in that vibration. But if you want to position yourself at a higher level of consciousness, you have to become that person, right? So if you want to become healthy, you don't do things that unhealthy people do. Why? Because you're not positioning yourself for that which you want. So you need to tune your frequency to the things that you want. So if you want something in life, first you have to think about it. Secondly, you have to work on it. And third, you have to allow that to become part of your nature. So if you want anything in life, First, you have to know what you want. Two is you have to position yourself, become that which you want before you are. And naturally, you'll attract it. And three, understand that you get in life what you deserve. And you get in life what you think about. So if you want something, you need to think about it clearly. And your actions will determine who you become. You're a byproduct of your thoughts. If you have low vibrational thoughts, if you're thinking about negative things, that's what you're going to attract. But if you think about positive things, if you think about abundance, if you think about winning, if you think about self-development, if you think about purpose, if you think about helping others, you're going to attract those opportunities and those experiences naturally because you positioned yourself to receive that.